Okay, so now we understand the route to the platform or to the stage, depending on what kind of venue you're looking at. You want to come out here and you want to see what your protectee is going to be seeing. Okay, so from here, if you're looking out what the avenues of approach are, where you need to place yourself, where you need to place other teammates in order to make sure that this experience is safe. I always like to look and see what things are made of, to see if they can also be used to protect people, but thoughts and considerations, how people are going to approach the platform is kind of where we start. This does offer something as a barrier to slow people down, but anyone who's really determined and physically capable is going to be able to hop right up this thing. Instantly, I notice we've got two primary avenues of approach that go all the way back to the back of the sanctuary room, right? Principal's going to be here. All right, we know that our primary evacuation route is back through here, right? So if you were going to stand somewhere, standing here is not a bad piece. You can see the principal, but you might not want to be part of the production, right? So there might be some spots, in a lot of cases, back in these angles where you can still see your protectee and you can shoot out there and get to them if you need to where you're not in the production. A spot like this, you see how you can see the platform? This might be an ideal spot where you can watch him and you can stay off the camera and out of the production. You want to make sure you understand this entire area behind the stage. When you're walking your principal or your protectee back here, we'll talk about gear. Want to make sure you can light up the path if needed and illuminate anything that might pose a problem, might be a tripping hazard, they might trip on. Boom. Okay, so this is what advanced work is for. Looks like this whole side of platform access is actually blocked off. So if you need to grab your principal standing right here, everyone's going to see you, but this is another place. Now when you're standing in these positions, it's not necessarily a net positive. Sometimes it's good for everyone to see that someone is paying attention to the protectee. This is a bit of a tactic that we do like to use in this game. In some instances, we'll keep at least one, usually it's the AIC on platform, and then the way we kind of set up the lower level is we almost always want to have someone from security facing the crowd, because if you're out in the crowd facing the platform, how do you see if someone's approaching the crowd, if somebody is doing something weird with their hands? This guy gives you the edge. So a security operator sitting right here, whether it's from the house or your team, has visual mastery of everything taking place out here. He's going to be big on communication. He needs to let everyone on the team know, hey, I've got a guy coming down. We give the aisles different titles, coming down aisle 1, coming down aisle 2, coming down far left aisle, whatever your brevity code is for those aisles. He's basically like calling plays here. Him and the agent who's on the stage in the near backstage who's assigned to your protectee. Now, this individual sitting here is going to assign people to go and deal with different risks. You see there's another seat right here. This guy is in charge of, he can get up and he can move and jam something, or someone here if needed, right? He can address threat coming through the side door here. The next position I always like to set in place is jamming up these primary aisles. I like to put a security operator right here, so he can sit at a little bit of an angle. He's facing the protectee who's on platform. He's able to look over his shoulder without distracting people and watch his aisle. These individuals on the platform are communicating to these guys down here, and they're like linebackers. Someone's coming up that aisle, they can turn around and address that threat. They can squeeze that usher who's sitting right here, or house security staff member, whoever you're interfacing with at the venue, and they can say, hey, we've got someone, give them the nod. That person can get up and go address that threat. Any individuals who are above the baseline of what's acceptable behavior in the environment, you want the house to deal with them. You do not want to be the person getting up and going to deal with them. So you want to have a team here, you want to have that same dynamic down here as well. And then it's good, if possible, depending on the protocols where you're at, to put another security personnel in this area somewhere where he can also watch, see what's going on, maybe communicate with someone who's here to jam up the side aisle and or access points on the outer wall of the sanctuary or facility where you're going to be having the event. The outer wall is always a concern because this means someone can pull up and gain access instantly to whatever you have going on inside the sanctuary. And that can be a security concern. Every position that we have in these aisles, boom, boom, whenever possible, should be backed up. Should be backed up by someone about here at the second row. Because what can happen, if we're lucky, these individuals, if someone slips past them, can come down and help an individual here who may have an issue, and now we can get a 2 or 3-on-1 happening very quickly right here. These guys come up, grab threats. This guy up here stops the person. He will come up, stop the person. Hey, sir, ma'am, can we help you find a seat? Now's not the time to approach the stage, all that type of stuff. That agent back there comes up, retrieves them. Here, let me help you. If something happens, you have the number, you have numbers in your favor taking place. So these positions are backed up, at least a position at the head of every access point into your sanctuary or venue. Join the League of Executive Protection Specialists and upgrade your career, your network, your relationships, your success. We offer a full spectrum of training opportunities. Boom.